Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to the module of 7, that the lecture containing the plumbing, that is the building plumbing. In your subject code CPC 505, Environmental Engineering 2. Is a very interesting topic, building plumbing, that we are going to start today. First of all, what is plumbing? Plumbing is a sanitary works including the pipeline, uh, fittings of the sanitary fittings, and some piping works for the drainage system from our house. Now, what do you mean by the drainage system? As well as not only the drainage system, but also there are the water plumbing are of two types: plumbing of the sewages, drainages, as well as for our drinking water line. All piping work related with whatever it is, the drinking water or the sewage, it is falling under the domain plumbing, and it is very specialized zone in civil engineering. As we in our day-to-day daily life, we face a plumbing is a very essential in our daily life. Now, before that, first, what is the objective of the house drainage? What are the aims? Let me clarify that to maintain the healthy conditions in the building. Somehow, we have to drain out our sewage, as we have already taught you earlier in my previous lecture. What is sewage? Wastewater from bathroom, kitchen, sink, basin, and floor was, and the waste excreta from the WC. That because we have to maintain the healthy condition in the building, so the plumbing is the system through which we can maintain the drainage system from our house. Not only that, we are getting the water for our drinking purpose through this plumbing network, that is the piping system. Now, when we are talking for the water, and water alternate what is life, definitely without plumbing, water cannot be thought. Because the pipeline carrying the water, whether it is the drinking water or the wastewater. So one of the objective for the house drainage, we have told you that for maintaining the healthy conditions in the building. Now, to dispose of waste as early and quickly as possible, because plumbing is a method through which we can dispose of our wastewater day-to-day produce from our domestic line, domestic sewage, to avoid entry of foul gas from the sewer or the septic tank. There are the house sewer line where our building plumbing, building sewer is getting connected, so that road sewer line, no foul gas should enter into our premises. Simultaneously, our sewer, when it is entered into the septic tank, the foul gas generated in the septic tank, that should not also enter into our building. So this is one of the objective for sound plumbing system in our house. Now, to facilitate quick removal of foul matter, as I have told you, the human excreta, the wastewater, so these are the things. The plumbing, through plumbing facility, the removal of this excreta material or the wastewater will be taken place. To collect and remove all waste matters systematically. And after all, our drinking line, all our drinking water is supplied to the piping plumbing system, that is the piping work. Some valves are there, some fittings are there. All fittings, fixtures, piping are under the head of the plumbing, the only word for plumbing. Now, what is the principles of some principles you have to maintain for housing drainage to the plumbing? What are those? No, house drainage system should be preferably laid by side of the building to facilitate easy repair and better maintenance. House wire joint should be leak proof, because any leakage, very important, because if there is any leakage is found in the plumbing work, then obviously the foul gas may be emitted through this leakage. So this is very important that the leak proof joint should be there. Not only the piping system, even the piping joint where the valve fittings are there, fixtures are there. So each and every joint leakage should be prevented. Otherwise, this is required for reducing the I mean to say the emergence of foul gases. Now the sewage or sewage should flow under force of gravity. The house wire should always be straight. The entire system should be well ventilated from start to end. Yes, this is the one of the main principles of the housing drainage. There should be the ventilator pipe, that is the ventilating pipe system, along with this sewage pipe, because the entire system should be well ventilated from start to end. Sufficiently higher to now the house wire, we have already told you it will be connected to the manhole or the road wire. In the road wire and the I mean to say the house wire, there the connection is called the manhole for inspection purposes or for maintenance purposes, where the invert level is sufficiently high. Why the invert level is maintained high? So that the backflow of the sewage in the house wire can be prevented. Backflow of the sewage flow in the house wire should be prevented. So that is why the invert level in the manhole should be high. Now, rainwater from roofs. Frequently, rainwater falls on where? Falls on roof, falls on open yard. So the rainwater also should be collected in the trap to the house wire. Should not be allowed to flow to the house wire in general, but it should be flowed through the rainwater pipe to the gutter provided in the roof. Now, siphonage action can never be permitted, and therefore adequate ventilation system should be installed. So these are some principles I have told you. As I've told you very beginning, that in the plumbing, main materials are the piping system. Apart from the fixtures, fittings, all these things, main materials are the pipes in the plumbing system. So we can talk for the soil pipe. What is the soil pipe? This terminology, first of all, you have to be acquainted. Now the soil pipe is through which the human excreta flows from cistern, say. Now what is the waste pipe? The pipe which carries only the liquid waste and does not carry the human excreta. So this is the wastewater, either the solid wastewater or the wastewater from toilet, like WC. So this is the waste pipe where the wastewater carries from the bathroom, toilet, kitchen, floor wash, and the soil pipe, that is the human excreta, flows directly from the water closet of the cistern. Now what is the vein pipe? This is a very important pipe which is provided for the purpose of the ventilation of the system. Vein pipe is open at top because of emerging the gases at top and bottom to facilitate the exit of foul gases. It is carried at least 1 meter higher than the roof level. So exit of the foul gas takes place minimum at 1 meter higher than the roof level, so that it will have no effect of our surrounding environment. That is the object of the vein pipe. What are the other pipe else? Rainwater pipe. Pipe which carries only the rainwater. That is called the rainwater pipe because it is directly connected to the roof of the building. What is anti-saponage pipe, ASP? Very, very important terminology when will be delivered in the next slide, next lecture. Then I will mention the ASP. ASP is nothing but anti-saponage pipe. What are they? Now, these are the pipe which is installed in the house drainage to preserve the water seal of traps. So the function of the anti-siphonage pipes will be providing in the connection with the water trap in the housing drainage to preserve the water seal of traps. I will deliver definitely the what is the water trap, then you will understand the anti-siphonage pipe. Now, definitely I will tell the what is the water trap, that will be taught in the next slide. Now here I need to mention that the anti-saponage pipe was installed in the house drainage to preserve the water seal of traps, to maintain the water seal of traps. Now, in table you can see the size of all the pipes which are commonly used in pipes in house drainage. So, what are the common size of the pipes we are using in the house drainage? Soil pipe generally 4 inch or 100 millimeter we can say. I have already told you what is soil pipe. Then waste pipe, there are two types of waste pipe. One is the horizontal and one is the vertical. Horizontal size is less compared to the vertical size. Horizontal size is 30 to 50 millimeter and the vertical size is 75 millimeter. What is the drain pipe size? Generally it is 50 millimeter, 2 inch. Rainwater pipe standard size is 75 millimeter, 3 inch. Anti-siphonage pipe is 50 millimeter, 2 inch. So these are the commonly used pipes in house drainage system we are using. Fine. Now I am coming to the points that is the traps and their types. These are the fittings, sanitary fittings, of course. Now, what is traps? Let me explain you what is traps. This is depressed or bent fitting. When provided in a drainage system, always remain full of water, thus maintaining water seal. So traps are the fittings where we are maintaining the water seal. Why water seal? So that the bad smell from the sewer will not enter into our premises or enter into our living place, enter into our toilet. So to avoid the bad smell, we are maintaining the water seal, because water seal will prevent the foul gas to exit, and this maintaining water level is maintained in the trap, which I will show you the photographs. It prevents the passage of, as I've told you, foul air or gas through it, though it allows the sewage or waste water to flow through it. The depth of water seal is the vertical distance between the crown and deep of the trap. I am enlarging as students, you can clearly see this, just the portion. Let me enlarge first. What do you mean by the crown, what do you mean by the deep, then it will be very clearly understood. I think I have been able to show you in the screen sharing. You see, again I will be enlarging, it will be further clear to you. Fine. You see, this is the trap, a specific trap, a P, Q, and S. One dotted line, one form line you can see. You see, the form line indicates the Q trap. When the inclined oblique portion is horizontal, then it is a shape of P, and when it is in vertical, then it is a shape of the letter, alphabetic letter S. So it is called the S trap. Depending on the function of the trap, the shape of the trap is called the P trap, Q trap, and S trap. So what is what do you mean by the depth of water seal? You see, I have shown you the crown. It is clearly, this is the crown portion, this is the crown portion, and this is the deep portion. So bottom portion we are technically calling is a deep, and the top portion curvature is called the crown. Top of the curvature is called the crown. Again I am repeating, and bottom of the curvature is called the deep. Now the distance between the crown and the deep, that is the depth of water seal. So what is water seal? It is the depth between the crown and the deep, and this water seal, as I am using the term water seal, means it is sealing the any type of foul gas emitting from this trap, from this sewer line. So by means of these traps, by means of maintaining the water depth, water seal, that is the depth between the crown and the water and the deep, we are preventing some foul gases. And I'm showing you this is the PQS, and separately also I'm showing the figure. This is called the P trap. I think I have defined already. This is called the Q trap, and this is called the S trap. These fittings, this trap is very, very important in plumbing. So let me make a smaller view, then I can come to the theoretical part. So I have shown you the photograph in enlarged view. So as I told you that basically the traps prevents the passage of foul air or gas through it, though it allows the sewage, or wastewater to flow through it. Very fantastically, you can tell the sewage water flows through it, but it prevents the passage of foul air through which mechanism? By maintaining the water seal, as I've shown you in the trap. And the depth of the water seals is the distance between the crown and the deep of the trap. Now, the depth of water seal represents the strength or effectiveness. Greater the depth of water seal, more effective is the trap. So, greater the depth of the water seal, the more effective is the trap. Definitely, the more the water depth, the effectiveness of the trap in preventing the smell will be more. That is obvious. The depth of water seal varies from 25 to 75 meters. That is from 1 inch to 3 inch. That depth is varies. Now, according to use, there are different. According to shape, already I have told you what is P trap, Q trap, and S trap. According to shape means according to alphabetic letter shape. If it is shape of P letter, then it is a P trap. If it is Q letter, then it is a Q trap. If it is in the shape of S letter, alphabetic letter, then it is a S trap. So the traps are classified according to shape as P, Q, and S trap. But functionally, as per the use, the traps are classified as following, as you can see from my lecture notes. That is the float trap. Alternative name is the Nahani trap. Second one, I am talking for the gully trap. Then the intercepting trap. Then the grease and oil traps. Then the seal traps. So these traps, these are the 5 traps as per the usage is concerned, we are following in the plumbing. What are the traps as per the usage? Float trap or Nahani trap, gully trap, intercepting trap, grease and oil traps, seal trap. Again I am repeating: float trap, gully trap, intercepting trap, grease and oil traps, seal traps. So these are 5 traps we are using in our plumbing fittings. Fine. Now, let me tell what is the float traps. You must have seen in your house already, it is there. So when I will teach you, you will learn and simultaneously go on increasing your observation what is presently already existed in your house. Unless and until you go on increasing the observation, then your conception, practical listening will not be further more clear. So here I am giving you the photograph, that is the types of traps, that is the Nani traps or flow traps. That means from flow outlet, the water, I mean to say the wastewater are arrested through this trap, flow outlet. Now this trap is generally used to admit sewage from the floors of rooms, bathrooms, kitchen, etc. So from the floor, it is fitted with the floor. So it is used to admit sewage from the floors of all rooms, and it is made up of either the cast iron or the stainless steel or galvanized gratings jalis at the top. Now at the top of the traps where it is finished with the floor, there the jali we call the grating at its top that should be galvanized. So the entry of the larger matter is prevented. Thereby chances of blockage are reduced. Because if you don't provide the jali, then there will be entry of the larger matter into a trap and it will block the system. So the jalis, as I have shown you the photograph, that is why galvanized gratings are being placed at the top of the trap, connected with the floor. A commonly used name of the trap is Nani trap. You see in the photograph, again the water seal, there is a crown and the deep I have shown you, and it is flushed with the floor level. That means whatever the sewage wastewater, either floor washing or kitchen or toilets, bathrooms, I mean to say the bathrooms are arrested, that wastewater through this Nani trap. Now, in this Nani trap or floor trap, generally the water depth is maintained as uh, more than 40 millimeter. There is no limitation of maximum, but minimum 40 millimeter you have to maintain as a water seal on the floor trap. Fine, that is the Nani trap. Now, what is the Gali traps? It is provided at a junction of roof drain and other drain coming from kitchen or bathroom. Suppose the rainwater comes from the downcomer, that is rainwater pipe, and when it is connected to the ultimately to the drain water pipe, then this connection is done through the Gali traps. Because one flow is coming from the vertical, that is the rainwater, another flow is coming to the horizontal, that is the sewage water, and that should be connected in that trap, which is called the Gali trap. So from this figure, it is very clear. So foul solid shall enter through the line side inlet, that is the horizontal, and the unfouled rain water shall enter from the top, which is covered with cast iron grating. So Gali taps may either have P tap shaped or Q tap shaped. S tap is not possible for the Gali taps. So for the utility is concerned, the water seal is normally 50 to 75 millimeter deep. It is maintained. The maximum distance between the Gali trap and the first manhole should be 6 meters. Again, I am telling the maximum distance between the Gali trap and the first manhole should be 6 meters. Now, I am coming to the point of intersecting tank. Very often you are using these traps. Intersecting tanks are provided again at the junction of a house sewer and the municipal sewer. Suppose our building municipal sewer is our building house sewer is there, and it has to be connected with the road municipal sewer. So there will be a junction at the connection point where the house sewer is connected to the municipal sewer, that is the road sewer. So for preventing the entry of the foul gases of municipal sewer into the house drainage system, and intercepting traps are being provided at the connection of the house sewer and the municipal sewer. And the photographs I am showing you, and very interestingly I am showing this thing I want to show in enlarged view, then we'll get the fun. Just a minute, let me enlarge the view. Fine. You see the photographs. This is a intersecting sware. Yeah, very interesting. Now, horizontal portion right side it is shown outlet to street sware, and left portion inlet from the house. Now, two things have to be connected: inlet to the outlet of the street sware. How? Through this intersecting sware. And here the speciality of this intersecting sware. From these photographs, we can see that there is an inspection arm or loading arm. Why this arm is provided? Because of the maintenance purpose in the road sware. So this inspection arm and above that tight fitting plugging or lid called cleaning eye that is being placed. So I have given you the sketch, I have given you the photograph exactly how it is looking the intersecting sware. Now the trap is made of galvanized stone iron with the inspection arm as I've shown you in the photographs for the purpose of cleaning or inspection. The inspection arm is secured closed by a key, by a lead or a plug. The water seal is deeper than that of normal traps because its role is very vital. Why it is depth of water is deeper in this particular intersecting track? Because it is preventing the foul from the road or municipal sware to the house. So the depth of the water seal is maintained in the intersecting sware. Minimum is 100 millimeters. That I can take. Now, next I am going to tell that is the types of traps, that is the grease oil traps. What are the grease oil traps? You see the photograph. Okay, let me tell the theoretical part, then I am giving in the photograph. These type of traps, these oil traps I am telling, these type of traps are used in large hotels, restaurants or industry. So now I am just giving you the examples of the plumbing, not only in the building, in the household premises, but also in some commercial, institutional like hotels, restaurant, how it has been done. So basically in industry, there the large quantity of oil waste is generated. Now these work on the principles that grease or oil being light in water, light in weight, float on the surface. Thus, the inlet pipe is near at the top of the chamber and the outlet pipe is near at the bottom of the pipe. Because the bottom outlet is going out from the bottom pipe and the grease and oil taking place at the top place. So in this mechanism it can be separated out. The outlet will come to the bottom and the top surface. There is a, since it is a density is light, it is lightweight compared to the water, so the oil and grease being light in weight float on the surface of the water, surface of the switch, and the clear water will leaving to the outlet at the bottom. Because how it is separation being done? Because of lightweight, it floats at the top. So inlet is provided at the top, near the top, but the outlet of the pipe is near at the bottom. Now, this is the photograph I can show you. This is the grease and oil traps. So we see the grease and oil are remain on the top surface as a surface of the water, and the inlet is at the top and outlet is at the bottom. So this is the thing. Now next I am going to the seal trap. What is seal trap? Now these are provided only in situation where the wastewater carries large amount of silt, sand, coats, particles, etc. Now this seal trap is masonry chamber, that is chamber with the big manufacturing chamber, big manufactured chamber, big made chamber where inlet and outlets are provided at the higher level so the silt sand settles down. Yeah, the reverse place of the earlier one. Earlier the oil and grease are lighter, so it floats up, and here the sealed sand settles down. So we have to maintain the both the inlet and the outlets at the top. Inlet and outlets are provided at the higher level, no, so that the sealed sand settles down. So this way we can remove the uh, silt particles from the water, wastewater, so that it can, before going to the treatment plant, it should not damage the these deep particles and it should not damage the device system which is in the treatment plant. So next of this continuation of this module 7, that is the building plumbing, it will be continued in subsequent another 3 lectures. This topic will be continued because this as per your macro syllabus, this module, this building plumbing covers the 4 lectures. So today I have given you the single lecture, but the second, third and fourth lectures yet to be given. So students, I'm requesting you to go through these lecture notes. We will be uploading in the Google Classroom today. You go through the, kindly have a glance through these lecture notes which I have taught you, and kindly go to the, in the Google Classroom you will find, and the live classroom will be meeting very shortly for interaction of this, on this topic which I have discussed today. If you have any specific problem, not only that, the assignment related task also on this topic will be given, posted in the Google Classroom, so that that can be submitted from your end at a scheduled time to be announced later on. So thank you very much. Have a nice day to all.